Once upon a time in a village, it had not been raining for a long time. So the day rain fell, the others in Ilu-Oro, the market woman sat up in the middle of the night to cry. Men sighed in relief, all of them rejoicing. Even Salewa cried faintly, but not for joy, like the others. Why not yesterday? She whimpered as she held on to the last thing that looked like life in her home. The wrapper that was soaked in her house and the last breath of a 3-day-old baby who died 5 days after Koyi, her husband, was beheaded in the town square for stealing the Baale's last piece of fish. Welcome to Ilu-Oro. Long time ago in Fortune City, her husband, Koyi, was a honest man until Ilu-Oro faced plague, famine, and droughts all at once. Animals died in their numbers. At first, everyone's fear of eating dead animal ate them by the throat. Many soon traded the household item for dead animals until all that was left in Ilu-Oro were the silence of insects. So when Koyi stole Baale's fish, he was the only one bold enough to do what others have always thought of. Salewa watched with pain later on, after her husband was caught. As his head rolled off his body, she started laboring immediately. However, Baale ordered his men to carry her to the outskirts of the land. She stayed in a hut that was built by an old man who was an outcast, and now his body has rotted in the court of the house. Alone, laboring for 2 days, Salewa gave birth to a baby, and she lost it 2 days later. The heavy rain notwithstanding, Salewa dragged her body out into the open, drank of the rain, and made a choice. I will not die. Like a drugged person, Salewa crawled to get a bowl of water. There she saw a fishing stick and hook. Replenished by the water, Salewa's eyes were fixed on the river that lay at the other end of where she was staying. So she waited. Salewa struggled to the river, and there she saw many men fishing, but this time around they were at the bottom of the river. None of them had caught anything. Salewa knew she could only stay at the top of the river, because if the men saw her, they would chase her away. And so, later, Salewa found fishes in their numbers. She didn't need her equipment after all, so Salewa returned home with all the fishes of the land. For 2 days, this was how Salewa lived, and nobody in the land could catch anything until someone saw her and reported it to the Baale. When the Baale heard of this, he brought his men to her spot and they sent Salewa away. But however, nobody caught a fish that day. So Salewa snaked to the lower side of the river, and again, Salewa caught fish. Soon, women snaked to her on their knees, making promises and giving her gifts in return. Very soon, her house was soon filled with every valuable thing in the land. Baale and his men forcefully took Salewa fishing and told her not to fish anymore. They carried her fish away, and Salewa was left alone. However, when they finished eating all the fish of the land, there was no fish left for anybody. Frustrated, the women cajoled, nagged, and abused their husbands to step up. Everyone in the land took to their heels and fought against Baale. Soon, Salewa was saved from Baale, and the Baale now lives in a tomb. Very soon, Salewa was asked to lead men to the river. With them, she fished, and the land promised that they would forever work for her. When life returned to Ilu-Oro, Salewa was in wealth. No one objected to her wealth. Thus, she was named Salewa Eleja. Today, a great-great-grandchild is called Madam Flourish, and this woman still enjoys generational wealth.